Yeah, well, I think so. I think there's also a tendency, again, to rely on tradition and what's familiar. Fact is, cats actually are more readily trained by reward than punishment. Right? There was an article just last year, I think, a woman was interviewing all kinds of animal trainers and decided to try out on her husband some of the things that she was learning. And the book is out now, and apparently the book isn't quite as good as the article. But one of the things all the trainers said is, well, look, if an animal is doing something you don't like, you ignore it. The biggest thing you do is, like, let's say the dolphin, throws a fish at you or something like that. You just stand there still and don't respond at all for a while, and it gets the idea that you didn't like it. But you don't, go out and lash out and beat up the poor fish. You just kind of carry on, and then when it winds up doing something that you think is good, you reward it. Right? And, animals typically respond much better to that on the whole. The other piece is I think we can kind of fool ourselves imagining that we're really good at getting people to do things that we think they should do. I wish we could. And I'm sure people in my house wish they could do. But I think it's much more difficult than we imagine. And again, I'm not trying to say I found the answer. But I think I found a question anyway, which is, can we engage in some other kind of processes and see if that winds up being a helpful thing for us?
Did the cat work on her husband?
Yeah, the cat did. One of my favorites is, she apparently had an issue where she would probably be doing some kind of cooking or something in the kitchen, or her husband would be hovering over her, And so when she did it, she got some salsa and some chips and cheese and stuff and put it out in another part of the room. And he went over to that and off she went, and it worked beautifully, So there are all kinds of things. And he turned the tables on her, actually. At one point, she'd gotten braces, and she'd gotten into a habit of complaining about how much her braces hurt. And they were at dinner, and he just stopped and stared at her like this for a few seconds, and she realized, oh yeah, never mind. Uh-oh, guys, this is it. The last question, because our children are pounding at the gates. So,
I just wonder if the premise of walking with your brother assumes something that we really can't assume, which is that they have a level of consciousness about and self-responsibility about the way they sound, like we do. And in many instances, they may be brain dead and completely unconscious of what you're saying.
I'm sure they are. My brother is.
So isn't there, how do you walk with your brother in that situation, and aren't we just setting ourselves up for an enormous disappointment? Because I think you do reach a point where you just realize you can't relate to this person. Yeah. And then what do you do?
Yeah, you remember last month I was talking about the Adler's take on Jesus, and Jesus' story about, if somebody strikes you, turn the other cheek. And his gloss on that was, the thing that's important here is to recognize that when somebody lashes out at you, they have not recognized your humanity. They have not recognized the sacred quality of you as a person. And that's on them. But when you feel the sting of that, it's probably a good idea to reflect on, do you have some of these things in your own heart of hearts as well? Are you also someone capable of lashing out at someone else and ignoring their humanity? And can you look to conquer that inhumanity within yourself? All right. So the point of turning to their cheek isn't so much that in your face kind of thing, you can't hurt me, but more of I see. Human interactions are difficult, and it's difficult to maintain a real sense of regard and to not let it waver. It ain't easy. We need to do announcements and contributions, I believe. Otherwise, we're going to have polls.